Today, I want to speak to you about a mindset that often traps us, the tendency to assign limits and difficulty levels to our lives. We all do it, don't we? We look at our dreams, our goals, and even our day-to-day tasks and decide, this is too hard, or that's not possible for me. But let me remind you of something profound. Your perspective does not dictate God's power. The Bible teaches us repeatedly that God's plans for us far exceed what we could imagine. As Ephesians 3:20 says, "Now to him who is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine, according to his power that is at work within us." God's plans are not confined by our perceived limitations. He works in ways we cannot fathom, and he equips us to achieve what seems impossible. Let me ask you, who assigned the limits to your life? Was it God? Certainly not. Jeremiah 29:11 tells us, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." If God's plans are full of hope, prosperity, and a bright future, why are we the ones placing barriers in our path? We tend to categorize our challenges. This one is manageable, but that one is too hard. But Isaiah 55:8-9 reminds us, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." What you see as impossible is a small thing to the one who created the heavens and the earth. The challenges you deem insurmountable are often the very opportunities God uses to reveal his power and strengthen your faith. I want to encourage you with the truth from 2 Corinthians 12:9. "But he said to me, 'My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness.' Therefore, I will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may rest on me." Do you see it? When you feel weak, overwhelmed, or incapable, that is precisely when God's power is activated in your life. Think of Moses, who doubted his ability to lead. Think of David, a young shepherd boy who faced a giant with nothing but a sling and a few stones. And think of Jesus, who carried the weight of the world's sin on his shoulders. None of them relied on their strength or assigned their situations difficulty levels. Instead, they trusted God, and he delivered. Proverbs 3:5-6 urges us, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight." Trusting God means acknowledging that his plan is greater than your doubts, fears, and self-imposed limitations. When you trust him fully, you stop worrying about whether a task is too hard or whether you're qualified enough. Instead, you start walking in obedience, knowing that Philippians 4:13 declares, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." Let me share one more powerful scripture, Matthew 19:26. Jesus said, "With man this is impossible, but with God all things are possible." That means your dreams, your healing, your restoration, and your victory are all within reach. Not because of your own strength, but because of God's limitless power. So why are we measuring ourselves by human standards? Why are we assigning limits to a God who knows no bounds? My friends, today I challenge you to stop labeling your life with limits. Stop categorizing your challenges as too difficult or impossible. Instead, align yourself with God's purpose and trust him to lead you. Pray boldly, dream fearlessly, act courageously. Let Psalm 37 verse 5 be your guide. Commit your way to the Lord, trust in him, and he will do this. Release your doubts, surrender your fears, and remember that the God who calls you is faithful to equip you. Step forward in faith today, knowing that when you walk with God, there are no limits, no difficulty levels, and no impossibilities, only his purpose, his power, and his plan for your life. Now go out there and watch God work.